Okay, this is Aaron again with Exalted Lamb 1, and I'm back with a video that I wanted to put out for my brothers and sisters that are wondering what's going on. And I'm not saying that I completely understand it, but I want to throw out some things for you to help support you, because right now, this time is very difficult, not knowing what's going to happen and all that stuff. And so I've been, really praying to the Lord and asking Him for understanding in the last week regarding several things since I put out my last video and before that. And, of course, it's an ongoing process. So, but I wanted to update you with some things and some things that I see. Also, things that S and I see as well. S has been amazing working together to kind of figure out some of these puzzles and just throw out possibilities and things that we're seeing. And there's a lot of things lining up with this time, and so I want to put out a video for you, and this is what I have so far. So at some point, I'm pretty sure this is going to happen. We're going to have both aircraft carriers attacked, and we're going to see something on the news, like similar to this or even this. Okay, this is all in predictive programming, as I'm going to show you, and how Trump even relates to this massively lately with some different events and things, and even in the past and all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to cover a bunch of things. And again, I'm doing this for your support, also for somewhat of my sanity as well at times, because I want to know what's going on as well, and I want insight from the Lord. But it's mainly to support you. I really know what it's like to go through all this, and this has been very tough for us, my family as well, and just a lot of things. This is a tough time warning people, and it getting closer and closer and closer. You don't know how close it is. And so I'm not saying I know when it is. I'm saying that a lot of things are lining up for this time frame. If anything, it's more signaling to the eventual attacks and everything that's coming. And like we've been talking about, this gold and silver gates are really being signaled in many ways. So let me move on here. So as of yesterday, the 16th of December, the carrier USS Abraham Lincoln leaves Middle East after 220 days, Truman in Red Sea. So now this there's some funky reporting in here. They contradict themselves in some of these things. I'm going to show you this. Now, the Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group is now in the Indian Ocean. Again, this was from yesterday. After a 7-month stint in the Middle East as part of the U.S. maximum pressure campaign targeting Iran, defense officials confirmed to USNI News on Monday morning. Okay, again, this was yesterday the 16th. In fact, I want to address something real quick. So, I do have some throat things sometimes a little bit here on my videos because I talk a lot, but I'm talking all day before that. And then I'm doing a video where I'm talking straight, sometimes an hour and a half, sometimes almost 2 hours. And so, I've got a little bit of throat issues sometimes. And literally, I had this guy that has been commenting on my videos, and he literally said that I do it on purpose. And I mean, I'm getting every kind of thing. It's just bizarre. Just to give you an idea what kind of weird, bizarre, wacky stuff people say that I have to deal with. I mean, I do deal with everything from death threats. I've had several death threats, and I don't even really talk about what the content of them. It's just that they want me and my family dead and things like that. So I'm just trying to warn people, and so people just freak out. And a good indication that I'm over the target is the last couple videos. People have been what I would call maybe losing your mind, or maybe letting demons talk through you or something, because it's so bizarre. Some of the things I've been accused of, people are saying about me, all this kind of stuff. And, say what you will. It's all false. My intentions are pure to put this out in front of you, everybody, whether you believe in the Lord or not, whether you believe this is coming or not. So just kind of give you a little bit of perspective of what kind of the weird things that people say. I'm literally coughing and doing that on purpose. Literally, that was actually, I had to clear my throat. So, and to what end anyway? I mean, to what end would that be? It doesn't make any sense to me. So anyway, moving on. Here's the little chart or map, the tracker. It's showing where the things are. Okay, now I want to show you here where the USS Truman they're saying is right in the Red Sea, and I'm going to show you that point here, right there, a little bit more detailed. And then right here, Abraham Lincoln is still not past the southern tip of India on this diagram, and I'm going to show you that more in detail as well. But that's actually not in the Indian Ocean. That's technically, according to many maps I've looked at, and I'm going to show you, still the Arabian Sea. And so the Abraham Lincoln Strike Group has departed U.S. Fifth Fleet and is in the Indian Ocean in the U.S. Seventh Fleet area of responsibility after 220 days in Central Command. Blah, 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 is headed east and will ultimately arrive at its new home port of San Diego, California. Now, yeah, they've been saying this for a while. And they're doing it this way to... they know people are watching. They know a lot of Christians, with especially people that have been following prophecy and things, are watching. Now, whether it's the Strait of Hormuz area or not, in fact, like I've mentioned before, we're talking about the Golden Gate signaling and the Silver Gate signaling, which is the Strait of Hormuz, which covers a huge area. Strait of Hormuz is just an example of the Silver Gate, and in the sky, or in the I should say in the celestial, constellations and things, that area of the Silver Gate is very large. And so it would actually incorporate way outside of the Strait of Hormuz, just to give you an idea. So people, whether the prophecy about the Strait of Hormuz is correct or not, or whether the prophets that are receiving that specific word, which not all have been receiving, I think most haven't been, but some are receiving Abraham Lincoln and the Strait of Hormuz, it's just a representation of the Silver Gate. And the Silver Gate is far bigger than just the little tiny Strait of Hormuz. So just so you know, if that helps, they're still in the vicinity of that. As far as what we see so far, I didn't get any other update today, and we're looking quite a bit. So based on what we have from yesterday, that's what I'm presenting to you today in our hypothesis and my hypothesis and things. So again, the apple dropped on 12/12 is what I'm saying. As again, this is my hypothesis, this is my theory. So for you people that say I'm prophesying, I'm falsely prophesying, go away. That's not true. I've never prophesied anything about the dates or times or anything like that. Never, ever. I've always said this is possible. And I may myself go, oh, I believe this is a big possibility, or think, oh, this could happen, and this is very probable or something. And I may be so confident in it that people think that I'm prophesying it, but I've never said that, ever. If you just listen to my words, you'd know. And so I can have some confidence because sometimes I'm shown, many times, all the time actually, I'm shown things by the Lord, and people don't, a lot of religious people, I would call them ultra-religious people, they don't get that. They don't see, like, how can you get stuff from the Lord and be wrong? Well, what I'm saying, and what I've said many times, just to be clear as well, because I want to challenge some of you people that say these kinds of silly things, because I've said it very clearly. The Lord gives us details and breadcrumbs or pieces of a puzzle, not the whole puzzle all the time, especially regarding the rapture that's coming, the end time stuff, when he's returning and all that. He's not going to tell us when that is exactly. I think it's available to know close or maybe right before or something, and that's a huge debate with a lot of people. But what I'm saying is that he can give you pieces and things, and then I'm trying to figure out what it might mean and help you. And he knows all this. He knows it's beneficial for you. A lot of people look at it saying, don't give people false hope, and then when it doesn't happen, they'll just go away from the Lord. Well, if their faith was that strong, or that weak, I should say, then it wasn't faith. It wasn't knowing him. It's a relationship with him. It's like, it's somebody that you really love and know they're going to take care of you if you get closer to them. People that don't know Jesus, yeah, you don't know what that's like. You don't get it, I guess. And I can kind of understand that. Like if my best friend, you wouldn't know that person. So how do you know what they're going to be like and what they'd actually do? So I do. I know my best friend, which is Jesus, and I know what he would do. I've known him for 20 years, a little over 20 years. Seriously, I've been through hell and back, been up in mountaintops in heaven with him, pretty much almost literally, visions, dreams, since I was a born-again believer 28 years ago. And so I know him and he knows me. And if you don't like that or know that, I can't help you. But that's how it works when you know somebody and you know their integrity, you know what they do, you know how they communicate to you, you know how they love you, you know how your relationship is. And that's how it works. And the ones who know this. The ones who don't, they don't. Hopefully you'll know this And one of the reasons why I'm sharing these kind of things is hopefully you'll know this at some point. Hopefully you'll realize or come to some crossroads in your life where you realize what you're doing is not working, and you need an amazing relationship with Jesus to move forward in your life in any positive way. That's not, and it's not going to take you down the wrong path to hell or whatever. I mean, and just craziness in your life and sin that keeps multiplying and never getting satisfied. And I mean, all kinds of things that I've been through. So, like I said, 12:12 is when the apple fell. 12:18 is when the apple rolls to the 7 and it's on the floor there. Again, watch my previous videos, all 12 episodes. Definitely the last 6 iPad Goat 2 episodes, that kind of prequel this information I'm sharing, because I can't get into everything, of course. And so I'm saying that on the 18th, we may see something with Obama. I don't know for sure, but something. And then we also may see something with Kilauea, because Hawaii is shown on the apple, and it rolls as it's rolling backwards and upside down there, as I've mentioned. So we may see some, looks like predictive program, maybe with lava or something, or we may not. Okay, I want to make that clear again. We may not. For all you negative people that want to just find something to jump on me on, we may not. But I'm saying it's possible. And if we do, it's for support for all you that believe that, hey, this is what this is saying. And if it doesn't, then that's not what it's saying yet, and maybe it's down the road or something. So, but then we have the 8th day, which is going to be 12:19, and again that made the 8. The C and the apple make an 8. Okay, and that's 12:19, which is in 2 days from now. That's on this Thursday. Okay, and again, that touches Obama's foot, which is a submarine. It looks like a submarine. It looks like there's many things going on. This is multi-layered, like I said. And it just so happens exactly in English Gematria, and I'm going to show you this. I haven't shown you this before. December 19th, 2019, the exact full phrase equals exactly 2172, which is really 21 and 72. Well, what is that? 21 is 12 backwards. And what's 12? Well, it just so happens, again, like I've mentioned many, many times and shown in much predictive programming and in Gematria, that 12 is 75, or 7 plus 5, which is the Truman, USS Harry S. Truman. And then 72 is Lincoln, is CVN 72, which is USS Abraham Lincoln. And so you have them both together in a Gematria code that equals December 19th, 2019. Are you kidding me? That's a massive coincidence. Okay, first of all, it's a massive coincidence. Now, if that was it, then okay, it's a crazy massive coincidence. Okay, great, but there's so much more, like I've already shown in all my videos and what I'm just going to show you now. So again, 1219 is also 12/9 or 12/9. And again, that represents both 12, which is 7 plus 5 or 75, CVN 75, the Truman, and 9 is 72 or 7 plus 2 is 9. It's also attack day in many different ways. I've showed it much coding. Okay, and then for example, on the Truman, their flag is "Give 'em hell." I mean, give me a break. I mean, if you really think about what that means, especially if you're Christian, give them hell. I mean, if you think about it, the attack of the Truman will begin hell on earth, begin the tribulation. So give them hell is not a good saying. I mean, literally, our words mean stuff. They cause all kinds of things to happen. They're physical. I mean, they cause physical things to happen. The words that we speak. Have you ever heard that experiment of this scientist that basically, I guess when water was crystallizing, when frozen, and you'd speak, you can look this up. He spoke to it negatively, and it make all these nasty, gnarly looking, crystals. I guess crystallized water. I guess ice of some kind. And then he would do it and speak it to it very nicely and gently, and then it would form these very, very beautiful crystallization of water or ice or whatever. Okay, that is a crazy experiment that proves that our words mean something, and that Gematria and the things that people say and do and how it's controlled by the enemy is what they're trying to do. They're trying to move spiritual power. They're trying to move physical power to what their agenda completely. So give them hell. I mean, are you kidding? And then this so happened, I didn't put this here. This just so happens to have this right here. I mean, look what I'm saying right here. And it just so happens to have it. I've said this like 1,000 times in my videos. I mean, really, look at this. 12:9 is right there. And this D, I don't know what the D means, but it's just kind of crazy when I think about December. But I don't know what the D, I don't even know what this actually means. I can't find it. I don't know what this means. But it's right there. The attack day right there. It's right there. Give them hell. 75. I mean, are you kidding me? And then just so happens that Truman Show, when I've been talking about how the Truman Show is a orchestrated, movie about some of these things, about how we're in a prison, and there's the tag where Truman meets Sirius, and that's what we're talking about. Truman's going through Sirius right now, or has, or is in a process. As far as I know, haven't been able to track it yet, but that's the tip of the spear, like I'm sharing. Okay. Also, the Truman Show in English Gematria is 1110. Well, why is that important? So the Truman Show is the attack day. The Truman Show is 1110, which is equal to Donald John Trump. Again, I'm showing you how the Abraham Lincoln and how the Truman relate to the death of Donald Trump. Okay, it's crazy, but it's true. And it's all over. And like I shared as well, 12 right here, when I showed my last videos, 12 is actually the 10th month. So it ends up being 119, which is 11-9, or 9/11 backwards, which Trump is massively associated with his election, with 9/11 attacks, everything. And here it is, 11/11 in a sense. Also, it's 111. You can kind of put the 11/11 together, and they share a one in the middle too. There's so much to this. And by the way, there's also on the calendar, we have 365 days a year. The 254th day of the year is 9/11, leaving 111 days left, which is 110. So that's how 111 relates to 9/11, because after the 254th day of the year, which is September 11th, there's 111 days left, if I'm explaining that right now. Okay, and then like I said, Trump is the tip of the spear. I've shown that in previous videos how since a kid he was taught he's the tip of the spear. And the academy he went to in New York, he was the tip of the spear. Trump Tower. I mean, I'm showing you how the Red Sea is a spear, and it's and then this is Truman was going right through here, and either did already and turned the corner here, or is about to, or whatever. I think it's probably has already by now, according to my calculations of speed and everything. And then that is the spear right here. This is supposedly the spear that pierced Christ, or whatever. He believes he's going to pierce the Christian nation and everything, and deceptively, of course, okay, in all these ways. And it's going to be by his death, being the Trojan horse of Christians and conservatives, and knocking the legs out from under them by this person that they're following as being this guy who's fighting evil and fighting the New World Order, fighting the deep state, as they call it, is going to be taken out, and that's going to just completely knock the legs out of all Christians and conservatives that are following him. But I don't follow him because I'm not in that silly left-right paradigm, or that checkerboard of dark and light that the enemy sets up as a game, and he's behind the scenes doing what he's doing in people's lives that are, pawns of his. Okay, this is a video, a very short video that's put out, I believe, on the day of the Army-Navy football game. Okay, it's predictive programming in this thing is crazy. Some codes and things, and I was going to show you here in a second. You can look this up on USS Abraham Lincoln channel on YouTube. But here's the CO Walter Max Slaughter is his name. It sounds like Water Max Slaughter. I mean, are you kidding me? And this guy was installed a few months ago. The other captain was taken out, and he was put in here. And since then, he's done all kinds of signaling and everything, masonry signaling and all kinds of stuff. For example, here's one. He puts his arms up like this. I mean, literally, you're wearing a big white shirt. You're putting your arms up like that. And to me, that says surrender. I mean, exactly like that. These other people behind him, they're raising their arms like cheering. Straight up. He's doing a bent elbow thing. Okay, and that's not... I mean, he knows what he's doing. Trust me, I've seen him do so many things so far that is very indicative of somebody who's signaling like crazy and who was installed there for this time. And so that points to that this will happen very soon. What is this? Well, this is the grand hailing sign of distress from masonry. See the apron he's wearing around his waist. That's what Masons wear. And so this is called a grand hailing sign of distress. So he's secretly saying, this is about to get blown up. We're in distress. And literally he's wearing a white shirt, like a white flag. You know, when you wave the white flag, you're in distress. I mean, literally, this is not coincidence like many would think. Okay, I'm going to show you this as well. Now, it pans through these people and they're cheering, shouting. They're like, yeah, the Army-Navy game. Oh, we're crazy. We have no idea what's going on. And I feel sorry for them. I really do. Because this is going to happen soon. Okay, will Army beat Navy? Look at this. I'm just going to show you one example because there's gematria in some of these things. And this one's just very striking. Look at this. Will Army beat Navy? No is blue, and then green is no, but in green. It's kind of funny, but this is not funny. Will Army beat Navy? It's 12-18. And again, 18 is 1 and 8, which is 9. So we have the attack day of 12-9. Like I showed you. It's right there in front of your face. Okay? And then the day of the game, here's Trump in a sea of Navy people right here. It's crazy, and it looks like he's drowning. To me it says he's bloody, his head's bloody, and he's drowning in a sea, in the sea. I mean, and with the Navy. I mean, there's a lot of signaling going on here. I'm telling you, they pick these pictures for reasons. Keep America great. Yeah, that's a good one. And by the way, that's Gematria too, and I should have thrown that on here too, but you can look it up yourself. There's a coin toss right here. And then this is kind of crazy because if you look at this, these two guys here in the white in the Navy outfits, which is, just so happens to be facing Navy in this situation, right? And then whereas Trump's arm is covering up, this is a 6, and I'm showing it right here. These two guys are just a different angle when I'm throwing this up here. This is a 6, and this is a 38. So this is upside down is 9, and then 38 is 11. So we have 9-11. And it's on the Navy. There's a 9-11 on a Navy. I mean, are you kidding? If that doesn't signal attack on aircraft carriers as a next 9/11, I don't know what does. And so does coin toss. There's a reason why he did a coin toss. Because, guess what? Coin toss in Jewish gematria is 432, which is 4. 3 plus 2 is 5. 45. He's present 45. Number 45. And I'm going to show you this more and more as we go. Okay? And then coin toss in English gematria is 684. Again, we have the attack code of again, 8 plus 4 is 12, so we have 612. Then turn the 6 upside down, you have 912 or 12-9, however you want to do it. It's right there. They do these things. This is all orchestrated. This is all planned, and I'm going to show you even more that will blow your mind. Okay, here he is in the locker rooms talking to these guys. This is the Navy, I believe, in dark outfits here, and he's talking to them. And check this out: the only real numbers you can actually read are 72. And 75. I mean, I could kind of tell this might be 85 right here, and this, who knows? I could guess maybe, but the clear ones are 72 and 75. What is 72 and 75? USS Abraham Lincoln 72, and USS Harry S. Truman is 75, of course. And there's Trump right with him. I mean, this is all massive coincidence, right? Nope. Okay, and then here's Trump shaking the hand of himself. Why is that? Well, because he's present 45. But again, so it's not super obvious. It's backwards. It's 54. But he's present 45. And just to add to even more support of what I'm saying, look at this guy. He's 75. Okay? So we have 9, which is 7 plus 2, which is the Abraham Lincoln. Another way of making 9 is Abraham Lincoln, USS Abraham Lincoln is 72, but this is 5 plus 4 because it relates to Trump. And this is 75, and we already know from different things that the Truman, Harry S. Truman, USS Harry S. Truman, is 75. So they're showing both right there, and they're associated with Trump. And maybe even this crossing of these swords. I mean, I don't know. I mean, good Lord. God help us all. I mean, this is right in front of your face. It's really ridiculous. And I got more here. Okay, and then here we go. This is phenomenal right here. We got Lincoln Financial Field. Oh, that's just a coincidence. They're at Lincoln Financial Field, right? And look at the time, exactly when this picture's taken. It just so happens to be 33 seconds. Right. And then look at this. There's a guy that he was shaking his hands. He was shaking his hand at 54, which is of course Trump as well. But that's also 5 plus 4 is 9, and then right next to him is this is 23. That's a 3 right there. This is 23. So we have 923, which has been so many things I've been talking about for a long time. And then we have 9. The two front guys in front of the camera, the closest to the camera right here, is 9. And 5 plus 6 is 11. 911. So we have 923 right here, which I just showed you over here, and then 911. And we're talking about Trump and Lincoln. I mean, are you kidding me? And there's more. Here we go. This one's crazy. This one's absolutely nuts. So we have 120th. This is the 120th game they played. Again, we get 12. Get rid of the 0. And then the seconds are 54 seconds, which just happened to be what this guy's number is. Oh, just a coincidence. 54 seconds, which is 9, 12, 9, or 9, 12, however you want to look at it. And then look at this. The ref is a big R, and he's just positioned just right to be right on the left. And then this guy who's 54, but he's turned sideways, so his 4 that's usually on the right side ends up being on the left side right here, so it's 45. 45, and that's Trump, 45. And what does this represent? Oh, I wonder what it represents. It represents 9 because R is the 18th letter of the alphabet, and 1 plus 8 is 9. And of course, 45, which is Trump, the 45th president, and this guy's representing 45. 4 plus 5 is 9. So we have the 99, like I've shared in previous episodes of my on my channel here about the 99. And guess who's in the middle? The dead president. Like I said about Bush, Bush was in the middle of 11/21, which was 9/21 or November 21st, and this is why November still fits in all this. It's more signaling to the final attack days, and you just don't know until you go through it and see how it goes. And hopefully I learn, and I've been learning, and this is really crazy. Bush's death, which was 11/30 of last year, but that date is right in between November 21st, which is also 9/21, and then December 9th, which was 12/9. And exactly in between his death and those dates was 9/9. And there we go. We have a death of a president right here. And again, he's wearing red, as in blood. Red tie, red hat, blood on white. I mean, a sacrifice and all this. It's crazy. There's just so much in here, I'm telling you. And that's the 99. Again, and I showed you how Bush is 99. In his whole life, he's been 18 or 99, which 9 plus 9 is 18, of course. and I miss putting Bush's face right here before he died. Anyway, and then look at this. So we have Trump and Lincoln. This represents Lincoln, and this represents Trump. Why? Because this is 45, and he's obviously, it's him right here. And why is this Lincoln? Because this equals 9, and Lincoln really is 72 or 72, and that equals 9. So we have the 99. And this is Lincoln, and this is Trump. And this is the code, what the code means. That's what that 99 meant. Okay? It's showing how Trump is 9, and the Lincoln is 9, and they're both former old Lion Kings. Lion King, Lincoln, or they're old presidents that are going to be killed. I mean, Lincoln was already killed, of course, but this is what he's predicting. And in part of this whole thing of the attack on Lincoln and the attack on Trump at the same time, virtually, is going to be the end of the U.S. and the tip of the spear, where it's going to spear the U.S., okay, by taking all the legs out of Christians and conservatives that follow him, and then starting World War III, and getting everybody just freaking out, and whatever all their plans are. Okay, it's just crazy. Okay, I'm telling you. And then here's another close up. But then here's Trump. After he threw it up, I guess, and then he made his hand very straight for some reason. I mean, literally, would you throw it up and then make your hand super straight afterwards? And he's looking like higher up. It looks like this might have been. I don't know how this happened exactly, but it looks. And I'm telling you, I believe this is the spear, and he's becoming the spear. And tip of the spear, again, is 948, and 4 plus 8 is 12, so we have 912. Tip of the spear, and he believes he's the tip of the spear. And again, we have 20 or 120th game that they played, Army and Navy, which is 12, and then we have the 9 here. 5 plus 4 is 9. 12, 9, 9, 12. And that just happens to be that. Oh, oops, let me go back here. That just happens to be that, and matching these two? Nope, I don't think so. And he's the tip of the spear. He believes he is. And again, Sergeant Walter Max Slaughter said when he entered into the Persian Gulf, and they had that new operation, Resolute something, I forget what it's called now, but he said that we are the tip of the spear, just reiterating what Trump has said many times. Trump has said that phrase many, many times. The tip of the spear, tip of the spear, tip of the spear, because he is the tip of the spear, and secretly it means the end of the United States is what it means, and him too, and the perception of him. He thinks probably he's going to be a different person or something, or going to be hidden for a while and become somebody else or something, I'm sure. They might just kill him anyway. But okay, and then here he is, more evidence. He's raising his hand like he's holding the spear, like I've shown before. Okay, he's raising his hand. I am the tip of the spear. And what does that mean? Well, here's his coat of arms, and there's his hand holding a spear on the top. Okay, he's the tip of the spear, and that's what he's doing right there. He's showing you the inside of his hand, okay? And so everybody sees the inside of his hand. The back of his hand is facing away, and that's holding, and he's holding it just like the spear, and that's on his Trump, the family crest here, which is underneath this is Trump. It says Trump down there. Anyway, my pointer can't get down there for some reason. Okay, so here it is up close up. There's the hand, and that's what he's doing, holding the spear. Okay, for you people that think that Christian or conservative and you're on either bandwagon, you think that that's a benefit to you. It's not. It's complete deception. I show it in all my videos. And at least if you don't see, if these attacks don't happen on this time that I'm, speculating about, at least you can see that this is all a sham. This whole setup is a sham. And the Hegelian dialectic is in full swing. Again, look that up, Hegelian dialectic. I challenge you to look it up and what it means. And this is how the elite have pitted every group against each other. Army against Navy, this group against that group, sporting group against sporting group, and more, and country against country, and North against South, and East against West, and everything. So people stay divided and they win. That's how they win. Wake up, please. Wake up, and they're about to win 100% on this earth. Okay? Not over me, not over Jesus. Get on the real winning team, the one that wins in the end, the one that comes back and kicks his butt off the planet, and a new heaven and new earth are formed, and evil and all this stuff is pretty much forgotten. It won't be forgotten by me, but for the most part, as far as the earth goes and everything that's recreated, there'll be no trace of it. Get on the winning side, I'm telling you. It's a huge mistake to do otherwise. Okay, here is more predictive programming, and I just paused it on this iPhone 10 commercial. I think it's iPhone 10. Okay, and all these things are being thrown at the iPhone, this wind tunnel, and I just paused it just right, and here's an army man representing war, I would say, and look, he's aiming the gun right at the head of this guy, the sticky man or whatever he is. He's a little sticky guy. You throw up against someone, he kind of falls. And he kind of slides down or falls in different ways. But this is very clear to me what this meant. And I thought it could be Obama. And there's still that possibility. I'm holding out possibility that he could get killed and come back to life or something. Because red and blue mixed together make purple. Excuse me. And I also believe that Trump is actually heralding that because he is a messenger of Obama, because he's exactly 6 months before Obama's coming out as far as his birth, which just happened, on 12/12. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay, now again, this is my theory at this point, but Obama is a blend of red red and blue. Okay, but Trump is also red tie, which he wears, and blue tie, and those are the ties he wears the most. Red is United States, blue is Israel, for the most part. And he's Mr. Red and Blue. And I believe that's what's depicting there. Again, predictive programming kind of hidden in plain sight on this iPhone commercial. And so war, or army man, represents war, in a sense, killing him, the red and blue man. And I believe that's what this is showing. Okay? So there's so much out there. It's crazy if you just look, if you pay attention. and are open to it, especially if you open what the Lord might show you and do His will instead of your own. Okay, and then we have on the back of all that, unconfirmed report, Trump plans seize three-way peace deal between Israel, PLO, and Hamas. Lebanese outlet claims deal would see Israel keep settlements, Palestinians get Jerusalem share, Saudis gain Temple Mount role, Egypt give land for Gaza. And that's on the heels where this is all coming out, and means judgment for the United States. This means Trump, you know what that means, okay? And just in time. And so this was actually even printed, okay, recently, after it was let out by the Lebanese outlet and all this stuff, okay? And then on the backs of this was House Resolution 326. And again, okay, backwards is 623, which I've shown many times is the birth of the Antichrist, and it's an iPad Goat I've shown many times, 623 backwards. There's so many numbers in this. In fact, here it is. This just so happens to be the 116th Congress, which exactly upside down and backwards is 9/11. And so this 116th Congress is going to help to start 9/11 by initiating this whole peace, or this two-state solution. And then we have down here the date on which this happened, agreeing on the resolution agreed to by the yeas and nays. Look at the yeas. 226, which again, 9 is upside down, or 6 is upside down 9, or 6 or 9 are interchangeable to them. So that's 229. So that's the 22nd of the 9th month, or you could say 9 is, like I said, I, or I should say, this is the best way. It also equates to December, because I is 1, and then 1 is 9, and 1 is also the 10th month, which is December. December is really the 10th month. Anyway, I know it's a roundabout way to get there, but when we've been seeing 922s, that's what it means. And I've been sharing that in my videos. And then the nays were even this is even crazy too, the nays were 188. And I've seen this many times. Again, 8 plus 8 is 16. So that's 116. And again, it's the same thing as this. 116. 8 plus 8 is 16, so you have 116, and upside down and backwards is 9/11, and they're just reinforcing it right there. I mean, this is crazy. And then the date they did this is 12/9, the date of the attack, because 6 is upside down 9. 12/9, right there. Okay, this is so much. This whole slide is just full of numbers that support what they... And I showed you how even 923 is 623. So 923 was on those players, and then the other player on either side was 911. So you had 923 and the 911 codes in those players at that coin toss. And the predictive programming, I mean, my throat's giving me a hard time here. Sorry about that. And this is predictive programming. It goes all the way so far back. This is a publication called All Hands. And it was this one was put out in August 1945, is when they nuked Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And you know, Nagasaki, whatever you say about nukes or whatever, people say, oh, they're not real, or they're whatever the explosion was. I mean, I'm not sure I'm completely with the whole radiation thing. I think the radiation thing is shown many times in predictive programming to be false. And so the radiation thing might be somewhat false, or in many cases false. And so it instills fear, it keeps people away from certain areas and all that kind of stuff. And there may not be a lot of evidence of that. But whatever the weapon they use, whether it's technically nuclear or whatever, people that get all in the semantics on this stuff, I mean, who cares? People were killed and destroyed. I saw the footage. Whatever it was, it's going to happen again, and bigger and bigger and bigger and more. I mean, seriously, who cares? I mean, why don't you put things, caring to things that matter, please, to warning people. I mean, I'm trying to warn all of you of what's coming. This is insane what's coming. We're talking about thousands of being killed on these aircraft carriers, and we're talking about chaos possibly in the streets, and then, tsunami waves next on both coasts, killing millions probably, and then nuclear after that, killing definitely millions. This is absolutely serious, and I got some people being super petty on my channel, saying all kinds of weird, stupid things. I mean, seriously, grow up, would you please? I'm trying to warn people. Why don't you come alongside and help? This stuff's coming. I'm showing that, okay? Look at this. All hands, okay? And it says the Bureau of Naval Personnel Information Bulletin. Man, that sounds like quite a mouthful. And it seemed like Gematria to me, and it was. And then I think this guy actually, it's weird. I think he's at a mess hall in the military, and that's just saying down there, messmates in the very bottom. I can't really point to it. The very bottom there, it says messmates. So they're messmates. They're mates at the mess, eating together. Anyway, and how is this guy wearing jewelry in the military? I don't know. I can't figure this out. Wow. And maybe that's a Masonic ring. I can't quite tell. It's not. I can't blow it up very much. Anyway, this is very fishy right here. I mean, and this is so this is so staged. It's not even funny. But anyway, let me show you the Gematria in this. And this is just shows you the predictive programming I just showed you with Trump and everything. Goes back to 1945. In fact, this was the month that Hiroshima and Nagasaki were destroyed. In fact, it was August 6th and August 9th, making it 69. August 6th, August 9th, 69. And August is 8/8 for both dates. It's just... There's so much I could even cover that I haven't, and I can't because it'd be a 5-hour long video. I mean, seriously. And so look at all hands. All hands is 426. And again, 4 plus 2 is 6. So then you'd have 6, 6. And then upside down is that 9, 9. And ultimately, it still is 12, 9 because 12 is really 9 because 9 is I and I is 1. And it's really the 10th month. 10th month is the 12th month to the masses, but 10th month to them. Anyway, all this stuff. So the attack day is really 9, 9 and 12, 9. It's crazy, okay? This is their thing I'm repeating. If you think it's mine, no. I wouldn't come up with this crazy whacked up stuff. But this is how they are able to hide all these codes and do all these things by having these different things coordinate to each other secretly. Okay, and then right here, the Bureau of Naval Personnel Information Bulletin in English Gematria is 3114. Again, 3 plus 1. Okay, right here, 3114. 3 plus 1 is 4. 1 plus 4 is 5. That's 45. That's President Trump. And then right here, so much for saying T-Man and all that stuff. Anyway, and then here it is again, and it's 69. Again, 6 plus 6 is 12. So we have the 12-9 attack code right here, and Trump, and the 12-9 attack code in just this long, ridiculous name. The Bureau of Naval Personnel Information Bulletin. I mean, are you kidding me? But that's how they do this stuff. It's just crazy. Okay, and then right here, in bold, underneath this copy here is pass this copy along. And this is the attack code of 12-9 or 21-9 or 9-12 backwards, whatever. The Truman, there's Truman right there. USS Truman is number CVN 75. This is 1, and then 7 plus 9 is 16, 116, which is, again, 911 upside down and backwards. And then, again, we have in English Gematria, we have 4 and 5. 1 plus 3 is 4, 1 plus 4 is 5. 45, again, Trump again. So we have Truman, Trump, 9/11, Truman and Lincoln attack day, all in this, but pass the copy along. Okay, seriously, give me a break. Okay, and then messmates again. Look at that, the attack day again, 12/9, 45 in Jewish reduction, Trump again, and then Jewish reduction, regular Jewish is 4, and 4 plus 1 is 5. Again, 45 again as well. Sometimes there's the same number, 45, in many ways, like 7 times. It's crazy. And then we have English Gematria is 6, and then 8 plus 4 is 12 again. Okay? And that's 612, or again, 6 is upside down, 9. So it'd be 912. Kind of like this in a way. But it's crazy. It's just all over. This stuff has been going on for so long, and even beyond 1945. I mean, seriously, demons have been working in people for thousands of years, and then last hundreds of years for our country and stuff to work all this stuff out for their intentions to be one world government, one world religion, and one Antichrist, and all that stuff. Okay, and then so I've said that Truman originally passed through here, Strait of Gibraltar, and that's the Golden Gate represented on land is one of them, and then the North America also has a Golden Gate bridge, and then the Silver Gate is in New York, the bridge in New York. Anyway, the Brooklyn Bridge, Brooklyn Bridge. Okay, and then so it passed through here, and that was 12/5, and it was up here at 12/11, and it comes down here, and it's right in here somewhere. Today, 12/17. Okay, and I'm saying, okay, if it doesn't come out in news that's being attacked today or something like that, it's going to be, it might be 1219, which is a few more days, and it's out here maybe. It could be also be up here by that time, but I'm going to show you this idea that the S9 may have come up with another possibility, okay? So, I mean, seriously, whatever it is, he's going through the tip of the spear, and Sirius and Truman are coming together, like in the movie, The Truman Show, okay? But I'm going to show you this. So this is crazy. So really, Orion is not carrying necessarily a shield. He's shown carrying a shield and a club. No, that doesn't make sense. Or sometimes it's a bow and a club. No, I don't think so. It's really the best depiction of it is a dead lion, and he clubbed the lion, so now it's a dead lion. And so Orion, really, ultimately, what we've come to understand is Orion is really the angel that protects the Silver Gate. And that's what it is. There's probably an angel that's right there that protects the Silver Gate with a flaming sword, like was at, the angel that was at Eden, or angels that were at Eden when man fell and they couldn't go back in. And then Ophiuchus, the serpent wrangler or wrestler that's right by the Golden Gate, is what protects the Golden Gate. And because, so right here, this is a represent. So Ophiuchus is a representation of Jesus also wrestling the serpent for our sake. So that's what Ophiuchus is. And then this is an example of Jesus as well, clubbing the lion of the Satan as a roaring lion, roaming around seeking whom he may devour, all that kind of stuff. So he's clubbing the lion, protecting us in a way. Okay, so that's what this is showing. And then these are some different depictions. There's showing the lion's head and some of the body here, like kind of like a skin with the head. And this is showing the full body, representing this full amount of stars right here. Okay, so why am I showing you this? Because if you add this to this imagery right here, which I've done, the best I can, as roughly as I can, it's somewhat rough, but it's right in here. This is where the Abraham Lincoln was recently shown to be right here, which is not too far from the lion head. And again, it's the Lion King, Lincoln, Lion King, Lincoln, Lion King. Okay, right here. And he's very close to here. And the Truman was last reported right here. And he's on his way, it's on its way down here, okay? This thing can't go any farther down. Ugh, it's annoying. Anyway, so just to get you an idea. So we'll see where he is, but I was thinking this, and S was thinking, we were thinking possibly they could meet here for some reason, or in this area, and that would be the dead lion that Orion's carrying. And again, the enemy distorts what God is doing. And so this is really meant that it's Jesus or an angel clubbing the bad lion, and they use it as Orion being, I think, Osiris, and I forget what that is. Osiris is carrying a star or something there, or something. I can't remember what it is. I'm not very good with this stuff. She's better than with me. But I remember seeing Osiris in that place, and they believe there's something going on with the birth of Osiris or something like that in this constellation. Because, again, the enemy is going to be kicked out of heaven through the Silver Gate. He's not allowed through the Golden Gate. He's going to be kicked out through the Silver Gate, and that's what they're depicting here. Anyway, so here's where they were tracked as being right here is the Truman and the Lincoln right here, okay, as of yesterday. Now, again, this is kind of a little distorted reporting because they said that it was in the Indian Ocean, as I read to you. However, Lincoln is shown as like right in here, and I'm going to show you that as a representation. And then, but right here, the Arabian Sea, the rough border is where this red line is, okay, it's rough. Okay, but the Indian Ocean doesn't start till over here, kind of. I believe actually right in here. Okay, so they weren't there yet, but they reported they were, and they were still here technically in the Arabian Sea. So, and then they said they were going west, which is probably not. I mean, going east, which is probably not true as well. But they're right here around these islands right here, and they may be hanging out. Who knows? I mean, we'll find out if they end up going this way. Then they might be going over here to Indonesia / Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Malaysia is what I'm thinking, because that's where Obama was. They're following this whole eclipse, like I mentioned, and I'm going to get into that. They're following this whole eclipse, and they're going to be right where Obama was, and that may be where they're attacked when Truman's attacked over here, okay? But this is what I'm saying as another possibility. So that's a possibility. Truman could be over here, or maybe even in this vicinity, and that's still considered the lion, and it will be killed. The true man will be killed here, all right? And then over here, the Abraham Lincoln will be dispatched at the same time over here by Malaysia or something, or Indonesia, where Obama's from, to kind of complete that crazy eschatology or mythology or that esoteric BS. So anyway, who knows what they're planning? I mean, I'm not in on their meetings. I don't know. The best I can do is just, extrapolate from the information I see and some information from the Lord. So I don't know. So this was yesterday. This is roughly where they'd be by yesterday. So they're sure they're around the corner, around the point here. By the way, this is called Bab El something, but it's Babel. I mean, seriously, it's called Bab El Strait or something like that. It's crazy. It's Babel. I mean, really? That's mind blowing. Okay, anyway, so we have this, the lion right here, and that's roughly where it would be. The dead lion. Again, Lincoln, Lion King, dead lion, Lincoln. That's what that kind of means roughly. Okay, that's not a coincidence. So this maybe is completely what they're intending. So the Lincoln's right about right here. Okay, and I'm going to show you. Okay, so this is where I cut a piece off that that tracker and then kind of lined it up with this map here. Okay, and so they kind of pretty much line up here with and everything, the size and everything. So based on that, it's right in there. Okay, it's right there. Based on that, if that's accurate, again, I'm going to go by what they said, and they said that it was in the Indian Ocean, but then a tracker shows it's still in the Arabian Sea. So who knows what they're... I mean, literally, they can't even get it right. I mean, who can get it right? I mean, seriously, and who knows what they're trying to do and how they're trying to say it in what they want the public to know and what they're actually doing. So the combination of the two. So... Then we have the 17th, which is today. So by the end of the 17th, going to 18th, they should be somewhere in there. Again, this is going about, it's about 20 some knots. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I was looking at a normal cruising speed of about 18 knots, I think. And it could be up to 20, depending. I mean, their max speed is 35. When they get to more open water, they might go faster. But I'm kind of estimating roughly based on what I've seen in the past when they were up here and they were in the Mediterranean Sea and in the Red Sea and all that stuff. So this is a rough guess. Okay, again, really rough guess, but it's pretty decently rough. Okay, and then if they end up heading this direction as Abraham Lincoln is heading towards them for some reason, who knows? But then that would be they'd be there roughly the 18th, and then they'd be in this area roughly the 19th, and go right in that area right in the center of where the dead lion is. Okay, now this may be what they're intending. They still could go up this way, and Abraham Lincoln could go this way and towards Malaysia, or could somehow decide, and then boom, it's just a hop, skip, and a jump over to the dead lion. This one's in the dead lion, and they both get attacked in this area. I mean, I don't know, okay? But I'm saying that's a very big possibility. And what I'm saying right now is that it's a massive probability, according to all the predictive programming I see and all the information I see, and some of the stuff the Lord's given me, that this is going to happen very soon within this deployment. Okay, I could be wrong. Okay, I'm not saying I'm 100% right. I'm speculating. I'm giving people some support based on what I see and know, and the little bit of information the Lord makes me privy to. That this could be happening. It could be happening on the 19th, and may not. It may be just a little after that. It may be on the 21st or 22nd or something. But I believe it's very close. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty confident it's going to happen. This is what it's showing on iPad Go, the 2 aircraft carriers that are sinking. Now exactly how it plays out and when, I'm doing my best to speculate. So that's how it goes there. Okay, so and then let me jump into when the apple splits, and then those the tsunamis, and then eventually the like I mentioned, the flower grows, and in the center is 12 of these little things. I forget what they're called. I forgot to look it up again. And then there's 25 petals, so that's December 25th, which fits perfectly. Okay, and then that's the 46th day from the Golden Gate alignment. And 46 is a birth because it's 26 chromosomes from each parent. And so the 46th day would represent two 23-day periods, or two sections of 23, which would be a birth, which is 46 chromosomes. Anyway, so here's Osama bin Laden raising his hands at a particular time when this eclipse, I believe this is showing this eclipse I've been talking about. Okay, and then here's the eclipse. And like I said, the Abraham Lincoln was right in here at 100, right exactly where the full totality of the eclipse would be, and then it came through here, and then it's coming down here, and it's right. It's so crazy. They actually tracked it right about here, maybe a little bit lower, right in there somewhere, but it's right close to the totality. It may go right over here and be right similar where Obama was at this time on his, I believe it was his birth on 12/12. Completely symbolically and maybe ritualistically and all that, but I believe that is probably could be the date, okay, to start the apple roll, apple falling and then rolling. Okay, so but what's crazy since I plotted this right in roughly where that line was and that center dot where the line was, right in here, it blew my mind what it ended up being. There is that crescent shape, okay, from this eclipse. And that's what people would be seeing from basically that area, from the Arabian Sea. Actually, the border of the kind of the Arabian Sea, a little bit kind of into the Arabian Sea, but almost to the Indian Ocean. And literally, they could both be the same in that area. They could still probably call it the Indian Ocean and the Arabian Sea at the same time. I don't know. I would guess that would be the case. Who knows what the technical thing is on that? I certainly don't. But look at that. Look at Osama bin Laden right here, and look at that. I mean, are you kidding me? And that's roughly where they could be, and that's another support that they both could be in that area. And when this attack happens, which is shown in iPad Goat, let me go back here. One more. Which is shown in iPad Goat, the attack, and it could be when that crescent is happening in roughly that area. And then look at the coordinates here. I just pulled roughly, it was 9 degrees, 12, 32, and which is, it's just crazy. And then 64 degrees east, so that's 8, 8. I mean, and this is 9, 12. I mean, it may be some version of that or whatever, but it was just so crazy that I ended up, putting it right in that area, which I thought the middle of the line would be, and it ended up being those coordinates, kind of, and that, and this. I mean, literally this exact shape, as far as exact shape of this eclipse. I mean, are you kidding? Which is shown right there, right here. I mean, wow. Okay. So moving on here, after I went through this back and forth several times, and then of course, he's depicted Osama bin Laden raising his hands, and he's from Saudi Arabia. He's from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Okay, so it's not a coincidence that this would be going through here, and we'd be talking about this area, and this is where the Abraham Lincoln was, right in here somewhere. Okay, and then this is where the Truman is going, and then Osama bin Laden would be right in that scene, of course, because that's where he's from, Riyadh. I mean, right there, and then there's Mecca right there. This is crazy. I mean, this is not a coincidence. All this is playing out like, iPad Goat showing. And then right here, here's Osama bin Laden on this like floating iceberg looking thing. And see how what struck me the most is that opening the Red Sea, which looks like a serpent. This looks like an eye and the mouth down here and a spear point at the end of this thing. And there's the spear point. See the spear point right there? There's a little barb right there, and the spear point's a little bit farther down. Anyway, I can't point it with this thing. But here he is, and he's got this little nub thing, this little thing right here, but it's kind of rounded, and it's the exact angle. And literally, if you just take this north and south, just like this, it angles exactly like this. And this also represents maybe this section, but then also this is a floating, and this represents a ship too, because it's a floating shape of a ship in a sense. So it's probably both merged together, I'm guessing. It's crazy. And then this even looks like a nose to the serpent. These are eyes. This looks like a nose to the serpent, kind of. And then there's like a nose right here, kind of looking thing. I mean, it's very rough, but man, it seems like this might be what it's pointing to. The angle couldn't be more perfect as far as up and down, north and south. It is very bizarre. Okay, again, here's him raising his hands, and then that is past the attack day of the, because each scene, so it shows him on this, okay, and that is a scene and a time frame, and then when it shows this, it's after, or it's a different time frame. Each scene, each cut scene is a different time frame, which I've found, and it's very crazy. They don't necessarily blur together or be one after the other in time frame. They're a separate cutscene. And as I've shown this before, and I was explaining, this was the white baby, this was the dark baby. There's a virgin right here with a head and everything, and this is a locust head. I just wanted to insert a locust head example so you can see what I'm seeing, and then hopefully this helps you. That helps you. That's what that's representing with these mandibles right here. This also being a baby sideways and upside, kind of floating up. But you see these mandibles right here, like what's down there on this guy right here. Anyway, I can't point to it completely with this, but you hopefully get the idea with this. This being the eye, this is the abyss opening, and then this is like a big locust head with a scorpion tail right here above it. Again, a little bit hidden, very hidden in ways, but that's a segmented scorpion tail, and these are supposed to be locusts like beings with scorpion tails. I mean, it's really bizarre. The thing that's going to actually happen is really crazy. I'm glad I'm not going to be here. Some people are like, yeah, we're going to be in the tribulation and fighting the enemy and whatever. I'm like, no. I'm glad I know where I'm going to be, and Lord show me in dreams and visions and in the Word. And I mean, there's so much evidence in the Old Testament and New Testament, and people just don't account for all that. And because the Bible can't have contradictions. And if you believe that there's no rapture or that, certain things are not going to happen, you got to reconcile the whole Bible. And I've done that. And you have to study it. It has to work together. And you can't have all these scriptures that contradict each other. It's just not how it works. And so I've come to the understanding that there's going to be multiple raptures because that's what it shows for different groups, for different reasons. And that's the way it's going to be. The first to go is going to be the innocents from the planet, because God's not going to allow all the innocent children to be killed when these things start happening, killing millions of people. So, and then the enemy's going to bring in the bad aliens and the good aliens, and then and then that's why the children were taken. It's going to be this big conflict of good and bad, Hegelian dialectic once again with the aliens, and Obama is going to be like this new revised human being, and he's going to be with the good aliens, and it's just going to be this big deception to deceive the whole world, and pretty much everybody except some people are going to not buy it. Some Christians who finally wake up are not going to buy it. So, and then I want to show you this. This is very crazy. This is a massive confirmation of what's coming as well, because Kim Jong-un said a Christmas gift is coming to the United States. So CNN said, what could North Korea's Christmas gift to the U.S. be? I mean, come on, we've been predictively programming people for years, and Kim Jong-un has been shooting missiles every other day, it seems like. So who knows what their gift could be to the U.S.? Are you kidding me? Wake up and smell the brimstone burning around you, that's falling around you right now. I mean, seriously, everybody knows what he's been doing and what the gift would be. If you don't know, you've been living in a closet or something. I mean, it's a missile. I mean, Mr. Rocket Man, like Trump calls him. I mean, it's a rocket from the man, Rocket Man. I mean, seriously, if that doesn't show you, and it's going to be a Christmas gift, and I'm talking about December 25th, this is not massive coincidence, people. And right here, look, he is on the white horse. Okay, that's all. That could be the Antichrist, but even more than that, this is symbolizing Jesus in a sense. It's weird, it's sick and everything, but it really is, because he's on a. It's the horse has a gold. He has gold, and there's a star. That is the Golden Gate. This is the gold and the star and the white horse, because that's Jesus going to come through the Golden Gate to get us, and that's the male. He's part of the male. The male child is the body of Christ that's going to be joined with the head, but overall, it's the male. Okay, the white of the yin and yang, the white is the yang, and that's male, white, and all that. And then this just so happens to be introduced his so-called sister, okay? And she's on the pale horse in a sense, and it's the silver, he's all silver. There's all the silver accoutrement here. And then it's a silver star representing the silver gate, like I've been talking about, gold and silver gates. S and I have been talking about it. It's crazy. Okay, and then check this out. If you didn't know this, the color of Death's horse is written. Again, she's riding Death, and she's a female, and he's riding the white horse, and he's a male. So we have dark, light, male, female, pale horse, white horse. I mean, are you kidding me? And then the color of Death's horse is written as chloros. Does that sound familiar? Like chlorine or chlorophyll? Chloros in Greek, which can either mean green or greenish yellow or pale. The color is often translated as pale, though, or ashen or pale green or yellowish green. And is she wearing that? Yes. She's wearing green or pale, and she's on the pale horse. I mean, are you kidding? This is totally signaling all this stuff. And he has a Christmas gift to the United States. I mean, Rocket Man. I mean, I wonder what. What could it be giving the United States? Could it be death? I mean, seriously, the pale horse of death. This stuff's crazy. These people are psychos, and Kim Jong Un is just a pawn in all this stuff. He is part of the club. He is a pawn that of the enemy to basically bring about the end of days, and it's going to be pinned on him, like other people and Russia and all this kind of stuff. But it's all a group that's multinational, international group that goes all the way up to the top of these families that are industrialists, these top families that are basically running the world, and they have this massive game that they've been playing for hundreds of years since the industrial revolutions and all that kind of stuff. And they're the top of the pyramid, and they're pitting everybody against each other. So hopefully you get on the right team, the winning team of God and Jesus. So thank you, Lord Jesus. Okay, so to be continued, until maybe my next video. See how it goes. Next couple days ago. So you've been warned, and I just hope that you're blessed. And some of these things start making some sense to you. Please, I just hope they start making sense to you. And I'm gonna mention one more time because I wasn't going to, but I really feel like the Lord just told me again. And I don't like doing this, and this may happen anytime, any day, whatever. But I'm asking for your prayers. I don't mind asking for prayers, not at all. And please, I need your prayers because I'm being attacked all the time. And not so much physically now. I'm thankful that things are better. My babies aren't sick now. They've been sick a couple times. But, the Lord is strong in our lives. I'm thankful, and we end up winning ultimately, and we will ultimately win. But I'm asking for support with prayer, please. And then, of course, again, like I've said many times, share these videos, please, and give these to more people. If you're new, share them with friends or whatever. If you have to say he's the crazy guy that's talking about the end of the world or the gold and silver gates, or, I mean, whatever. It doesn't matter. People need to know about this. And I want to let people know that I'm approaching 1.5 million views. And to a lot of channels, that's nothing. Okay, absolutely. Most channels, most big, I mean, really, most real channels, that's nothing. But I'm thankful for what I have. But I'm just saying, and I've reached over 400,000 different people with this message. And I'm just asking you for some kind of support if you're able to. Man, my throat's really bothering me. I'll get a drink after this. Or maybe I'll just keep signaling something by clearing my throat. I mean, seriously, that's really silly. So I'm asking you to give if you can. I'll have a link in the description box below and PayPal. If you're able to, I can just keep doing this. If it ends up going a little bit longer, I'm really thinking it's very possible. These are the days, but I've thought that before, and that's a possibility. But like I say, I don't know. I'm hoping all the time that it's this, and that Lord's finally showing me the final time frame, even though I don't know what day it is or what. I don't know the time exactly. I know the time frame maybe it will be the next time frame, but I'm hoping this is finally it. And so I just need to keep going. I need to keep plugging away and getting more stuff to you because I want to keep supporting you and I want to keep reaching new people. Like I said, I've reached over 400,000 new different people at this point so far. So, and if you want to be part of that, please help me in either way or always, please. So give my PayPal link. It'll be in the description box, and give however you can. I would really appreciate it, and it allows me to do this instead of spending so much time in the holidays, working so much extra for very little, especially this time of year is really tough. And I can just keep putting this stuff out for you and more information to support you and reach new people about what's actually coming. It's really quite incredible what's coming. And I want to say one more thing that I'm completely exercised by the Lord every day to put this stuff out. I would not do this if it wasn't in my heart and he didn't place it in my heart for me to do this and to warn, because I've seen many deaths in my visions and in my dreams. And I'm thankful that he's tempered it with really good things as well, because he's really amazing that way. And that's how good he is to me and my family and my friends and things like that. And I'm so thankful for that. But this has been very difficult. It's like a massive burden on my back that I can't wait to get rid of. I really can't. And so anything that you could do to help, I would really appreciate. And it means a lot. And, walking with the Lord it sometimes is very difficult, and it's backbreaking sometimes. But then, like recently, I was really struggling, like I do many times. and then he just refreshes me through circumstances and just divine appointments and amazing gifts and friendships and other things and insight and revelation and all kinds of stuff. And I'm just so thankful to him to be what he's called me to be as best as I can. And I'm asking for you to come along with me and help me in any way you can. So please, just share these videos. I mean, literally, I don't need any kind of money. If I didn't do this I mean, literally, I just need it so I can get the word out more and more, and I can spend my time doing this. I mean, literally, I could just go back to work and not do this at all, and that'd be easier for me. It would be so much easier for me to do that. Um, I do, and it would be less burdensome and all this kind of stuff. But then it wouldn't be good for you. I just feel like I understand what Paul says, or what he said in the Bible about, it's better for me that I would just depart and not be with you anymore. But it's better for you that I'm here, and I'm not saying I'm Paul. I'm just saying I understand what that's like. I mean, to work hard for people for their best interests and not for my own is what it's all about. Is what it's like to follow Christ and know Him and put others first. And that's what I'm trying to do. And I bless you all, and I just thank you for watching my videos, however long you have. And it's the intent to support the ones who are watching and looking, and it's also to reach the people that don't know what's going on or think they know what's going on, I guess. And so thank you so much. My heart goes out to you, everybody that's struggling right now. And so thank you. This is Exalted Lamb 1, over and out.